This is the bHaptics Tac-Suit X40. Now, you may be wondering, what even is a Tac-Suit and what is the X40? The Tac-Suit is a model of haptic feedback vests by bHaptics. Working with about 50 large VR games and an endless amount more with audio to haptic, it managed to win the CES Innovation Awards for 2021. The Tac-Suit has two consumer-ready variants, the X16 and the X40. The X16 has, 16 vibration motors and a silver badge. The X40 has 40 vibration motors and a gold badge. The badges are attached via Velcro and are able to be taken off and replaced, which leads me to believe that you can put your own badges on the vest, adding some customizability. Now, these things aren't cheap. With the cheapest vest being a bit more than an Oculus Quest 2, they aren't made for a new user. The prices of the X16 is $299 US plus taxes and shipping, while the X40 at $499 plus taxes and shipping. I paid the full price for my X40, $572 in all. And I'm not kidding when I say this, I sold nearly half of all I own for this thing. After a long month, the suit arrived. In a subtle cardboard box lay my brand new piece of VR tech. When I first got it, I spent nearly 20 minutes just looking at the box. I mean, look at this. The box is just as beautiful as the vest itself. Once opening, there was a protective sheet over the contents with a company name on it. Once removing the sheet, there are manuals, cables, the vest, and a connector. They were all carefully placed in the box. As for the durability of the vest, it's outstanding. I've had a friend use it, and they broke the zipper. Unlike other zippers that then wouldn't function, this just had to go back down and zip back up. The zipper is high quality. Yes, the zipper. The material is very breathable, though I'm unsure what it is. It's not restrictive, and I've managed to play Beat Saber with it quite well, at least for me. Now, if you want to buy the vest, there's something you'll need to know. It's not simulating touch, heat, cold, all that. It's just vibration motors. That's it. The way I take it is, it's more of a phantom sense trigger. Let me explain. VR takes two of your senses, sight and sound. Of course, some have worse audio than others. I'm looking at you, Quest. With the best immersion possible, your nerves say, yeah, I should feel this. They send a signal to the brain, making you feel something that entirely isn't there. Experiencing this is something. It's called phantom sense in the community. The Tac-Suit models trigger motors to vibrate in the right place at the right time during the right event. Your brain does the rest. It'll tell your nerves that it's not just vibrations. It's hard to explain. It's still very clearly vibrations, but at the same time, it feels like more. I tried it with the following games: Beat Saber, Pavlov, Boneworks, Survive, Aircar, and VR Chat. The games I used audio to haptics with were Beat Saber, Aircar, and Elite. It also works with desktop games. I tried it with Just Shapes and Beats, as well as Forza Horizon 3 and 4. It's a very strange product, but let me tell you, it was worth the money. I'm going to be honest. At first, I was a little bit underwhelmed. But after about 10 minutes of use, my brain started fusing vibrations with touch. I will warn that some mods are extremely difficult to implement, requiring 2 or 3 downloads. Boneworks took me about 2 hours to get to work, and in fact for this video I had to set it up again because I rebuilt my PC and it just took me so long. It took me a little bit longer than 2 hours actually. Once it got working though, it was insane. My immersion was higher than it has been ever before. Personally, I believe the Boneworks haptic mod is the best, as it simulates falling, running into walls, getting hit, shooting, and anything else you can think of. I will say though that using it with VR Chat, even though it technically isn't allowed, is probably the best experience I've had in VR in a very long time. To turn on the vest, you simply press a button on your back, where 3 LED bars will light up and indicate the power on sequence. On top of that, the back motors will travel out in a circular motion. The opposite happens for powering off. Connecting is simple. It comes with a connection USB, which you only need to plug in once. Open the app, power on the device, and click connect. It'll tell you when it's connected, and I make it a habit to pulse the motors to assure the connection. During charging, the lights will indicate the suit at 33% or less with one light, 33 to 66 with 2, and 66 to 100 with 3. Yes, there could have been a better way, but oh well. The vest lights will also pulse red when on a low battery. The battery lasts a long time. In fact, I've only charged it 4 or 5 times. My first game with the suit was just Shapes and Beats. It wasn't a VR game, rather a desktop bullet hell with most likely copyrighted music. However, I can say it added a lot to the game. Then I tried Beat Saber. It was like just Shapes and Beats, except in VR, and with lightsabers. Not much of a change. These two used audio to haptics, more on that later. Then I tried Pavlov. The first game I played with native integrated support. I felt my gun shoot, grenades explode, bullets hitting me and falling. I actually got worse at the game though. This was fully because every time I shot or was shot at, I would forget what was going on and became totally blown away by this device. However, after about 20 minutes in game, I forgot I had a vest and was totally immersed. And I did get a bit better. The vest was breathable and not restrictive at all. I was able to move just fine. Next, after a few long hours of trying to get the mod to work, I tried Boneworks. As I said before, this was the best haptic integration I've ever tried. Everything was simulated into haptics. My friend actually bought me a game as well. Survive, a VR zombie game quite similar to Resident Evil or Left 4 Dead, however still feeling like its own game. I won't spoil anything other than the fact that you are entirely alone. Now, this game has native haptic support, and the devs showed care when implementing it. Every hit felt different, putting something in my backpack, shooting, you name it. Now for the only desktop game that I'm going to really put time into. Forza Horizon 5. The game wasn't out when I wrote the script, but I couldn't just not add this. Almost every time I play Forza, I use the X40. While, yes, it's not as immersive as Boneworks, it still works. Actually, it works with any game that has an engine. Space sims, racing games, flight sims, it all works. But they don't have proper support for audio to haptic. You see, there are games that change how the vest audio to haptic works. Beat Saber and Elite will feel different. I use the music setting, but I'd imagine Elite setting would work best. However, it didn't seem to work with Horizon. So I must say, unless it's an electric car, it is fun. Feel the car rumble more as it gets a higher RPM, the tires on the dirt, the shaking during a drift. It's all vibrations, but it's very hard to just shrug off. And the last on our list, VR chat. This one is an experience. Being the only one I tried where others can, touch you. Hey, guy, touch me. Yeah, it's a bit strange. But you feel everything. Everything. It's incredible being able to hug your friend in VR, even though they are states, countries, even continents away. Being a quality of life mod, I don't think this breaks TOS. It's the hardest to do, however, as you need to make your own avatar. But that's the thing. That makes it special. Not anyone can have haptics on their avatar, like full body. You need a special avatar with a special SDK integrated. Or you can avatar hunt like I did for something cross-compatible. I'm going to be honest here. If it weren't for VR chat, this vest would not have been worth it. $556 or so in all for just a few games with support is questionable, but VR chat makes it worth it. Okay, but is it worth $550+ to you, the viewer? Well, to answer this, I need to separate the VR community into a few parts. Rookies, casual users, and enthusiasts. Keep in mind that this is just for my recommendation whether or not you should get this vest, and it doesn't mean anything. If I classify you as a rookie, that doesn't mean you are any less than an enthusiast in this community. Rookies are people new to VR. They got their first headset, most likely a Quest 2, less than 6 months ago, and they're not sure whether or not they want to continue buying things. To you all, I say, I wouldn't get a haptic vest. It's a lot of money for something you likely just won't use after a while, and you'll ultimately waste your money. The casual user owns 1 or maybe 2 headsets. They just play VR like most people and definitely know the ropes. To you all, I say, consider this. What are your most used VR games? Is the sense of touch important to you? Is money a problem? Most likely the answer is going to be that I generally recommend this. Feel free to ask me personally on my Discord, the link's in the description. Enthusiasts, my friends. Like me, you have 2 or more headsets, an accessory or 10, and have just upgraded your PC with VR in mind. Or you don't have the money for all that, and you're just looking for something that will improve playing VR. This vest is a must-buy. Assuming you don't mind spending this kind of money on a vest, it's an experience most won't get to enjoy. With new mods coming pretty often and native support coming out a bit less often, it is a valid device. It works with any headset and any play space most of the time. While there are accessories that you should get first, the Taxsuit X40 is an amazing accessory that you very likely will use often. I will be honest though, I got the Taxsuit before Vive trackers, and well, that was a mistake. If you want to ask me personally about what I recommend, my Discord server is always open and it will be in the description. And on to my personal note. This vest is incredible. I love it. Yes, it's an expensive bulletproof vest that's uncomfortable to lay down in and is certainly far from being truly open, but it's amazing. The fact that this is just the vest is another thing. Bhaptics makes the X40, the X16, the tactical, the arm haptics, foot haptics, hand haptics, and they're developing a haptic glove. This is a lot of money in haptics that I could only dream of having. Maybe one day I can review the whole thing, but for now, I'll be in VR chat with my vest dancing around. See you in the verse.